Speaking of bare minimum effort, oh boy, 1 year after releasing Saints Row 2022, Volition is closing down.
What are you gonna do? Bummer.
I'm sorry, John.
I mean, I heard
Things happen.
Didn't the remake flop super badly?
Yeah, they took everything that people said they didn't want and they added it to the game.
Right, and I think
Did anybody here play it?
I think they had a big
No.
hiccup before.
I actually
this,
completely
too.
forgot.
It looked terrible.
It did look bad.
'Cause, I mean, this is
Astoundingly bad.
This is the second fuck up they've done recently, I think, right? I'm pretty sure they had a big screw up before now, too.
Was that Agents of Mayhem?
I'm not too sure. I just I was reading something from my little circle of friends, and I'm pretty sure people were mentioning this is like the second time they've had like a big screw up recently.
Yeah, it looks like that was a commercial disappointment, according to Wikipedia. Agents of Mayhem in 2017.
Yeah, so they've been on the downtrend for a while, I think. So I don't think it really comes as a surprise to most people.
I think they were recently absorbed by Gearbox, from what I'm reading. So maybe they were like absorbed by Gearbox, and now the studio's closing down, presumably with Gearbox retaining ownership of the IP. I think would be the way to read this, but not that we necessarily need Saints Row again.
No, I definitely think it's a game that's a product of its time.
I really enjoyed playing Saints Row 2 with Flask. That was a great time.
Definitely.
But I can't imagine what Saints Row would need to look like in 2023 to get me interested in it again. I don't know. I don't know what it would need to look like.
Yeah, because you're not aping off of GTA anymore. That's not really a thing that people do. And you already went basically as wild as you could go with like Saints Row 3 and 4. So I don't know where you go with the franchise.
And that was at the time.
They went to hell.
Yeah.
As far as like open world action experiences, that was at the time the other one. But there's been so many in the last 15 years or whatever since Saints Row 1 came out. Like, if I'm playing a game like a Rockstar open world game, I'm really hoping it's going to be Red Dead Redemption 2. You know what I mean? Even though that's like an impossible standard to hold things to, but like that's kind of what I want out of my time on that. You know.
The one thing I would hope is that someday someone makes another like Saints Row 2 or 3-esque / like Crackdown kind of thing. I always kind of liked those where it's like GTA but fun.
Yeah.
Again, but I don't even think they need to focus on Grand Theft Auto. You know, I don't think they need to focus on vehicles. Just make it like a fun superhero game. Basically, I mean that's basically what Saints Row became for.
If they can somehow crack that egg without falling for the temptation of the terrible business models that ruin the multiplayer experience of those games, then I would be down for that. It's just so hard to imagine these days. You'd almost just need some indie dev with a random weird passion to pull it off.